Hey, welcome to episode 99. This is episode 99.
99.
Yes, this is episode 99 of We Made It Podcast.
And our camera's getting worse and worse.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to start it over. The whole podcast, start from one. Episode 99, We Made It Podcast. Back in the building, We Made It Podcast.com. At We Made It Podcast. Caesar's got his Luis Suarez thing on. We're doing a video for this episode. You can check it out on YouTube. We Made It Podcast on YouTube. I never really tried to search it, but I guess it'll come up. Nobody else has our name.
No, it comes up.
But like, you know, if we come up first, I'm not really sure. But we're on YouTube. We Made It Podcast. This is episode 99. Anybody rocking with us still, thank you. You know, we do the best soccer podcast in the world. We talk about the most real subjects in the world. Today we're going to talk about some really important things, some really real things. Apologies if we're kind of rushed because Caesar was late by 20 or so minutes. Do you want to tell them why you're late or no? Are you going to keep it that real with the audience or not?
I was in the middle of a Destiny raid.
Okay, you didn't have to. You didn't have to say it.
I don't care. What am I embarrassed about?
You don't have to be embarrassed.
I am who I am.
Okay.
So I was doing a Destiny raid and I.
What's your gamer tag?
My gamer tag is Brazil XCs. I was running. Damn, I forgot the name of it. Yeah, I was running a raid. And left 3:30 right after the Sparrow mission. You love Sparrows.
Left 3:30. So, okay, sure.
I did get an exotic Sparrow out of it though, which is a rare drop. It was rare.
Okay, come on now, you going too far.
No,
okay, how come y'all didn't answer my thing? We should get an episode. But did you see the Google?
Because they were in the middle of the raid. You mentioned the raid.
Okay. My bad. Sorry, everything's more important than your friends. Okay,
wow.
Caesar.
I mean, one of them was in there.
Okay. All right. We Made It Podcast at
yes.
WeMadeItPodcast.com. We Made It Podcast on all social media.
Back in soccer mode.
You know, a lot of times here on We Made It Podcast, we talked about. Okay, relax. We've talked about serious things that's happened around the world. For example, you know, we've always acknowledged different natural disasters. When we had Dro on here, we talked about his experience during Hurricane Harvey. We talked about the fires in Portugal. I mean, a bunch of different things.
Talking about California too, up north.
The fires, yeah. We talked. You know, some things are more important than just sports, and sometimes you got to acknowledge some things, and sometimes you don't necessarily got to acknowledge it. But there was a very heinous terrorist attack 4 days ago, Friday, March 15th, in New Zealand, a country both of us have an affinity for. One of the few countries that I actually care to visit one day.
Me too.
We both watch Wentworth, which is an Australian show, but a lot of New Zealand characters. I've always kind of thought New Zealand was dope because, you know, I'm a big geography person and I like to read about different places. It's really beautiful scenery in New Zealand, and they have, you know, beautiful lush forests and natural lakes and rivers. There's no predators. I'm like, oh, you can go camping. There's no predators. I don't even think they have snakes even.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite places because two reasons. When I was a kid, obviously, like one of those geography and planet shows and talk about kind of those planet Earth kind of things. Actually, Eyewitness Science was one of my favorite shows as a kid. I used to watch those eyewitness videos. And also because when I studied the history of the Pacific Islands, it's a pretty cool story of the story of the Maori people in
the
New
Maoris,
Zealand. Yeah, so it's a pretty cool story. I like New Zealand, and my favorite fighters from there right now. So.
Who?
Israel Adesanya.
Oh yeah,
rocking the shirt today too.
The Nigerian. Oh yeah, that's right.
Kiwi,
I thought that was what you call it shirt. Black Panther. No, yeah, he kind of did jack it a little bit.
I mean, on purpose.
Oh my bad. So, you know, it was a really terrible thing. I'm going to read a little bit about it. Friday, March 15th, a coward terrorist. You know what? I was going to say his name, but the Prime Minister of New Zealand has vowed to not say his name, so I'm not going to say his name either.
That's kind of a cool approach.
Yeah, she said she's going to say the name of the victims, and you know what? I'll respect that, and I won't say his name either, although I do have it here. He killed, you Caesar didn't look it up?
I mean, I can't read it, but...
Relax. He went into 2 mosques in Christchurch, New Zealand, killed, at least, right now it's at 50 people, and injured at least 50. He's an Australian citizen, and one of the, we're gonna get into it a little bit. Obviously, this right now this doesn't have much to do about soccer, but it's gonna transition to that. I promise. Some of the things about him, he wants to represent himself, which I thought was interesting. When I heard about it, and sad to admit, I did see some of the video, not the whole thing.
I watched all 4 parts.
You did? Okay.
On Twitter before it got pulled.
Okay, well we'll delete this part out that you said that. No, I'm joking. I read parts of his so-called manifesto. I actually want to say this before I get into what I was going to say. One of his influences, Candace Owens, that chick that Kanye was rocking with.
Yeah, sure, Joe Rogan too. Candace Owens.
He said Joe Rogan.
Candace Owens is on Joe Rogan.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, and she was the one that Kanye. I hate her. Yeah, I was like, I wonder. She didn't really, she didn't honestly really denounce him. I looked at her Twitter. I don't know what she has a show. I don't know what she said on there, but she's funny. She got into some issues because she talked about God, dude, what. I'm just trying to be. I'm not trying to turn up all the way, but like, I remember she said something about Hitler, and she was like, "Oh, like if he was just trying to be a nationalist, it was fine. It would be fine, but he wanted to globalize." I'm like, sweetheart, you know nothing, and you're so dedicated to this idiot ideology that you're running with that you don't realize who he was killing right in Germany. Like, oh, it was okay to kill the people here, you know. I'm like, dog.
Whoever said that a mass murderer would have been all right if they didn't just start murdering outside their borders.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yo, dog.
It's never been okay to just only kill your own people.
I was like, you're so dumb to be sitting here national.
Show Hitler a place in the world where a country is thrived off having some kind of dictator that only killed his own people. Yeah.
No, Pol Pot's fine, but if he wanted to go to Vietnam, come on, dog.
Stalin would have been alright if he didn't just step outside the lines and start walling out. That's crazy.
Yeah, so he did counter as one of his influence, and honestly, like it's just really sad. Like it's such a tragedy, and like whoever's listening to We Made It podcast, I don't know who you are necessarily, but this guy, he's going to be characterized as the far right and like a right wing ideology, and this is true. But you know what it really is? What I was like, this is what really it is. He's turned up off conspiracy theories. That's really what it is. The like online right-wing kind of cadre of people, they're turned up off conspiracy theories. Everything is some big conspiracy. And when you read his manifesto, well, I didn't read the whole thing, obviously. It's just like this whole thing, it's just like all conspiracy theories. It sounds crazy. How on earth could anybody think that killing Muslim people in a mosque is solving any of the problems of the world? Because you believe in some conspiracy theories.
And I didn't get to address earlier. I was going to let you finish your point. But, if anybody listens to the show right now and they're like, oh, man, like they're not talking about EPL coverage or whatever, like either you just got here,
yeah, you definitely,
because we've done this in the past,
yeah, many times.
And there's a disclaimer, like if you feel like, oh, I'm out, but please like do your thing, because I could do the same thing if I wanted. You have a free right to play or pause, you know what I'm saying, like, or come back or skip.
We're gonna just do game recaps later.
No. Don't go yet. We're gonna do no. Like just feel free to do what you got to do. But on this show, one thing that I love and I'll forever love, that we're never gonna be in a situation where we're gonna be like, oh, like, you know what, like this is not pertaining to this. So let's talk about it. This is a tragedy that happened in the world, and I'm happy that I get to sit here and at least talk about it. And somehow you're gonna find a way of alluding this to soccer, and I'm down.
Just know that I'm not scared. Like, and I'm not scared of if somebody responded on Twitter to one of my things, said, "We'll talk about the left too," and I wanted to kind of go off and be like, "Well, first of all, you don't curate this show, buddy," but I'm not scared, and like I've had a lot of time in my life to like gain my own opinions through like knowledge. I'm not scared to talk about what I believe in. This dude's terrible. He's a coward. If anybody saw that video, aside from him being a terrorist and a loser and a lame and an incel, he's also a coward. And if you've seen that video, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, you can't be the person that says talk about the left too, because the situation is not about that. Like, this is somebody who murdered all these people and then left like a coward. and then decided in his manifesto spoke upon a lot of the right wing ideologies and stuff like that was proponent to what his belief system was. If his belief system was centered around like
Bernie Sanders,
liberals, and conspiracy, they'd be like, well, we need to talk about what's going on here too. But that's not what the context
that's not his
is
influence.
on.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels like, man, Bernie really just turned me up one day. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder what Kanye's had to say, because this guy did say he was influenced by Kanye's homegirl, Candace Owens. This man had the same ideology and did a similar act as Robert Bowers, who shot up those people in that synagogue in Pittsburgh, Tree of Life Synagogue. He killed 11 people and injured 7. The largest massacre of Jewish people in American history. And he also pled not guilty. So we got somebody who wants to represent himself in New Zealand, or I don't know if I guess he's going to try in New Zealand, and also somebody who's pleading not guilty. These guys want to spread their ideology. That's why. Also,
they want to give it time to spread.
Yeah, and they want to like talk about it and try to say how they're right and how they're like what they're doing is good. I do believe that they're wrong, and I do believe that these people are in the minority. They think that they're a majority, but they're a minority. Also, clout chasing alert. President Erdogan of Turkey was showing the video at some of his campaign rallies, trying to get clout off showing the video. But his ideology is similar to those people in some ways. Anyway,
clout chasing alert
of the worst kind. I'm like, you're literally heinous. I can't believe you're chasing clout off the massacre of these people. But now to tie it in to football. Because this person has a far right ideology. It's a right wing ideology. That's what it is. He's inspired by people like Hitler and Anders Breivik, who killed all those people in Norway. We were talking about another day. He mentioned Anders Breivik in his manifesto. Remember when we were talking on the phone?
Oh, so yeah.
About the guy in Norway.
Okay.
Yeah, he mentioned him in his manifesto. So I saw this article a couple weeks ago about there being a far right incursion amongst MLS fans, particularly NYCFC, which has only been around since like 2015, I want to say. I'm going to go ahead and read some of this article. Kind of a lot. Caesar's going to be doing this annoyed face. You see that? Oh, okay. He's going to find his phone and a book. Okay, when they kicked off their first ever season in 2015, New York City FC were known for the players like Andrea Pirlo. I forgot about Pirlo playing there.
Remember that corner kick?
Yeah. And David Villa. But a far more dubious side of the club was lurking in the stands. The fact that some of the club's fans were extremists gained publicity when one of them, Irvin and Tillen, was involved in a brawl outside an event featuring one of the founders of the far-right group, the Proud Boys, last October. I don't know if anybody's heard of the... Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, finish.
I don't know if anybody's heard of the Proud Boys. You can look them up. They're all over fighting for no reason because they're all incels. Huh?
Yeah. Joe Rogan was defending their leader.
Oh, God.
Saying that he was mad at Twitter, taking him off of Twitter.
So that's why he's a Nazi?
He had brought in Twitter's lawyer and the head guy with the nose piercing, whatever his name is, the cool guy.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's the head of Twitter. He has like a nose piercing.
Jack?
Yes. Yeah, some dude with a hat, whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then he brought the political journalist guy, I forgot everybody talks about, with the beanie. I forgot his name. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know you're talking about
Tim Pool.
Yeah,
they brought Tim Pool.
Yeah.
And he was letting Tim Pool go at the Twitter lawyer later, the head of censorship on Twitter, about removing him. And then Joe Rogan was like defending the guy, saying that he originally only made Proud Boys as a joke, and then these guys took it seriously, and he doesn't believe in the stuff he used to. He should let him back on Twitter. It was whack. That's how I'm just saying that's how segue. How I learned about Proud Boys myself.
Oh, okay,
I didn't know about them. I looked them up after. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about them, but I've seen them like at their...
They turn
It's a bunch of lames. Honestly, I can't even believe that somebody wants to be a neo-Nazi. Like, I can't even understand
it's
how...
so weird. Why?
I'm just like, I can't even understand how lame you are and how cynical you've become at life. Life is so great. Yo, like, life is beautiful. You want to be a freaking Nazi in the 2019-18? Like, what?
We can say what we want about, like, history and be taught in schools, like, stupid and, like, biased. But I don't remember school ever teaching me history to be like, oh, it was kind of okay to be Nazi, though. I thought you'd be like, I thought he'd be like, that was kind of rough.
Yeah, and they lost.
That was kind of mean, and you were mean and you got rocked. Yeah. So it's like, hey, man, like, where did you go? You know what? They need me on their team. When did that happen?
It's just really, I mean, we're kind of making light of it, but like we're not going to get into the depth of all that.
I'm not
about
to go.
But it's just like so lame. And then, okay, so let me get back to this article.
Yeah, go back to your long reading.
Let me see. Okay. But the brawl was far from the first time. An ugly side of the fan base had emerged. Supporters first complained to NYCFC about the far right during the team's first season, when a small group began chanting neo-Nazi slogans at a home game at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York City.
Baseball field.
They identified themselves as members of Battalion 49, a skinhead group, and attached their iconography to the club's logo and imagery. Later that season, in the first ever game against local rivals, the New York Red Bulls, Battalion 49 and members of various Red Bull supporter groups fought near the New Jersey Stadium for the Red Bulls. I remember that, actually. I didn't know that there was like any like neo-Nazis there, but... So let me see. Okay, my reporting. Let me see the name of this person. Christian Arios. He says, my reporting for The Athletic showed that far-right extremists regularly attended the home games and away games last season and were associating with an official supporters group. In a statement published shortly after Friday's report in the Huffington Post, NYCFC CEO Brad Sims rejected the insinuation that the club have anything less than a zero-tolerance policy for hate speech or hate-related conduct. Meanwhile, MLS Commissioner Don Garber gave a tepid response to the Huffington Post report, saying, "Our job is not to judge and profile any fan." Let me see. There was another part that I thought was pretty interesting. Battalion 49 and far-right extremists have hidden in plain sight at Yankee Stadium for the past 4 seasons, but they leave a trail on social media. This is interesting. This person said that MLS had no qualms removing anti-fascist banners in Vancouver, and some clubs have stopped supporters from bringing refugees welcome banners to games, like we've seen at like Real Madrid and like Bayern Munich. This goes on while the league pushes its own anti-racism, anti-homophobia messaging through its "Don't Cross the Line" campaign. But apparently they haven't been like hard enough, in this guy's opinion, on these neo-Nazi groups that are associating themselves in NYCFC.
Interesting.
I bring that up to say, like, you know, this ideology is violent and it condones violence. And when I was reading the article, I was like, you know, you don't want to have a situation, because obviously MLS, like the stadiums are very diverse, and the league is very diverse. It's made up. Okay, like people say, oh, America is made up of immigrants, but MLS is super immigrants because there ain't that many American soccer players.
At all.
But you look at like Atlanta FC, is Atlanta United? Yeah. And their crowd is like super diverse.
Yeah. I saw the St. Patty's Day pictures. I was like, wow.
and like, and you know, when you have like some turned up off conspiracy theories, neo-Nazi group at NYCFC, you know, imagine what could happen at one of those games. You don't want to see here in America an attack on a sporting event like we saw in 1996 Olympics when that guy detonated that pipe bomb, which I've talked about on the podcast before.
And also at the Boston Marathon as well.
Something like that.
That was huge.
And yeah, somebody might be like, oh, those are Muslim terrorists. It's also a right-wing ideology, regardless if they're Muslim or not. We have to make sure, like we've talked about like racism in soccer. I mean, sadly, it's a topic that has to come up every so often. We've talked about it a million times. Every month, basically. And it's something that if it's creeping into MLS, like you don't want that to, like you have to like stop it now. You don't want that to end up being like part of the character of MLS, like it's part of the character of Italian football. Like it's literally part of the character of Italian football.
Here, especially, you want to get it while it's small and not when it, because then when it becomes part of like super ultra clubs and then like it becomes rampant, and you just kind of can't do nothing about it because sometimes those large supporter groups are a big part of like money and you know what bring a lot more than just like people paying for tickets, but just the atmosphere and environment. Yeah. Like ultras bring that, and that brings more fans, more revenue in the future. Yeah, too.
and if you have fans like Lazio who were putting up those Anne Frank pictures and making fun of the Roma fans, which ended up leading to, like, I think it says 13 of the fans were banned from sporting events in Italy, 12 of them for 5 years and 1 for 8 years, because that person had already been banned 3 times. When you have stuff like that, where
they
like
already got banned,
where you have like Lazio ultras
3 times already.
When Lazio fans are, Lazio. Some of the Lazio ultras, not all of them, I guess, but some of those Lazio ultras are known for being neo-Nazis.
What do you think at the hearing you say after the 3rd time he got banned for a racist?
He's probably a hero. Are you kidding me? He's probably a hero. They probably have his picture up in some bar somewhere.
He's probably that guy.
Yeah, he's probably some freaking hero over there.
Cult icon.
Absolutely. We also had in Lyon, we had that fan doing the Heil Hitler sign. I think it was against Manchester City. It was in the Etihad Stadium in Manchester. He was doing the Heil Hitler sign, and I think he ended up getting banned as well. You don't want that character to be creeping into MLS. It's kind of crazy to me. I'm like, damn, dog, like, you're being a neo-Nazi at an MLS game? Like, jeez.
How?
Like, you fell off, bro. Like,
damn, dog. Come on, dog.
Like, it's just rough out here in these Nazi streets.
My thing is, you're trying to get the lowest exposure of all time. They ain't pulling them numbers in.
You literally out here at a New York City FC game at a baseball stadium watching a soccer match.
Let's keep it real.
Being a Nazi.
At least that's some cheap neo-Nazism right there.
Like, it's rough out here in these Nazi streets, bro. Like, you're a clown.
You're being a neo-Nazi at NYCFC versus FC Cincinnati.
You're really
What if it was like at a U.S. Open game versus like
God,
what is it, Bethlehem, whatever they call it?
I just can't even believe that you are out here at a MLS game saying we're gonna rep this ideology.
He was at a U.S. Open game between NYCFC and Tulsa Roughnecks.
I'm gonna rep my ideology that's supposed to like save white people. I'm gonna rep it here at this Tulsa game.
At this extremely diverse match of soccer that's not even originated in this country.
Like, what are you doing?
At least go to baseball.
Right? Jeez. Be mad at Big Poppy or whatever his name was. Or this guy be mad at this guy that got $400 million. You hear about that?
Yeah, Mike Trout. Jeez. Yeah. Long Beach Angels.
Huh? Oh,
future
what?
Long Beach Angels.
They're gonna move to Long Beach?
It might happen.
Stop. But yeah.
Jealous.
Also when that guy in Lyon, that Lyon fan, the police called it an abhorrent hate crime, and they vowed to ban him for life.
Can they please?
You know who there's also been rumors about?
8-year ban is lame, and 5 years is lame too.
You know who there also been rumors about? If you look it up, Gigi Buffon.
You tripping?
I'm dead serious.
No way.
If you look it up, there's been some stuff about Gigi Buffon. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go ahead and look it up.
You think they're gonna let that out? You think it's one of the things that we say?
There's been articles about it.
We say it now than 3 years later. But hey, remember we talked about in the show 3 years ago?
He's running for some party or something like that.
Just like we did with the bleep stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
We're like episode 30.
It was like I think it was like episode like 4, dog. Actually,
and I was like, hey, relax. And all of a sudden it came out. I was like, no.
It was very early, and we made a podcast to talk about that. But yeah, so there has been some rumors about him. If y'all want to look it up about Gigi Buffon, some of that right wing stuff in Italy, go ahead and look it up.
Hey man,
every time he's kind of been like, oh, I didn't know. But yeah, anyway, it ties in a sense like these guys at New York CFC, this like neo-Nazi support group or whatever, it's the same ideology as the guy that shot up that mosque. And like, you might think, oh no, that's kind of a stretch, but it's not a stretch. It's the same ideology. I'm not saying those guys are going to shoot a place up. I don't know that, but there's people. I seen daggone all the people they're asking about the dude who shot up the mosque in New Zealand. Oh, he seemed like a nice guy. Oh, I'm kind of surprised. I feel like they should catch a charge for saying, he was a... You didn't know? I feel like you should get arrest him.
Remember when the guy that shot up the school here or something like that, was it the school or something?
The church.
The church? And they were like, oh, no, not Dylan Roof. No, the different one, the older guy. It was like an older fellow. The country, the Las Vegas shooter.
Oh, yeah.
Las Vegas are like, he seemed like a perfectly nice guy.
Arrest him.
Yeah.
I feel like they should arrest you.
As a neighbor, I could never imagine that. And then as soon as they pulled up his report, he crazy gambling debt and his depression. I'm like, we know when someone's no one's walking around every day. Come on, dude. You know. We all got suspicions about a neighbor.
Don't let me get on the news after Caesar shot a place up and they asked me about it. I'd be like, yeah, I could see it. I'm not caping for him. I'd be like, oh wait, did he do it? If I see that, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm not going to be like, oh, he was a nice guy. I'm like, nah, dog. I got to disassociate myself.
Yeah, because you don't want. You should catch a tampering charge.
Exactly.
Give him tampering.
You got to at least get brought in for questioning.
You're tampering with the case.
You did a terrorist.
You might influence a juror.
Exactly. You did a terrorist act, and somebody's like, oh, he seemed like a nice guy to me. We got to bring you in, bro. What's going on with you?
I bet they're not saying about a terrorist from another country doing that.
Exactly.
Seemed
right.
Like a nice guy on the plane.
Yeah, he was Muslim. Yeah. Anyway, really quick before we get into some more football stuff.
Oh, more?
There was we're talking.
Starting.
We're talking about
I'm playing.
This guy's a hater. I saw some stuff going on in hockey, and I want to bring it up. Some really, really terrible racist things going on in hockey here in America and in Canada.
Is this on the heels of what you talked about a couple months ago with everything they're doing to change it up?
I hope it's not because of that. Well, this one happened one of these happened in January. In this episode of Racism in Hockey, a young black player in upstate New York was bombarded by monkey sounds and chants by the opposing team in an under-18 hockey league. Racist chants and expletives were hurled at Rashawn Brown Hall during a game between Amherst and Cheektowaga. I guess it is upstate New York. Wow. In the under-18 game, which took place Sunday, January 20th at North Town Center in Amherst, racists could be heard making monkey noises and chants clearly directed at Rashawn, the only black player on the ice. There's a video. I guess they said the refs took no action in response to the cowardly, blatantly racist taunting from the Cheektowaga players. One player took the chanting to another level, actually yelling "F you, monkey," as Brown Hall and his Amherst teammates complained to the referees about their opponent's actions. I guess this dude's dad said, his dad's a doctor, said that they were making monkey motions and monkey sound noises and, saying the word monkey, and it was directed at my son. Terrible, I guess. There was some other stuff that went on with an investigation and stuff like that. And then also, you want to say anything about that before
it just kind of sucks because sometimes we talk about is that this can't be going down out here, and then to hear it go down is kind of really whack. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, this one is crazy. Jeez, a Canadian hockey player says he was forced to leave the ice in the middle of a game last week after he could no longer. Oh wait, last week. This was March 1st. So I guess this was the end of February. After he could no longer stand the racist, threatening taunts being hurled at him and his family by the fans in the crowd. Jonathan Diaby, 24, who plays defense for this name in French, I can't really, Marquis de Jonquière in something Quebec, said his family and his girlfriend were called Negroes and baboons by spectators during a February 24th match. He said the incident began when one fan from the home team started in on him as he sat in the penalty box. It left his sister and his girlfriend rattled and even drove him to tears. He said, I had to put my jersey over my face because I had teardrops. They started yelling racist stuff at my parents and my sister and myself, like Negro and baboons. My dad was told to go back home, that he had no business in his country. They were touching his hair and making fun of him. I guess there's also a video as well.
What the hell was wrong with people, dude?
What
the hell is that?
Yeah.
How you gonna put your hands on somebody?
Who?
It's a goddamn. It's a sport where you have a stick and you're hitting a damn puck on the ground. What are you doing?
Is it ever that serious? The referees, Diaby said, did nothing.
This is sports.
Yeah. The referees did nothing to protect his family. This is what Diaby said from the offensive taunts. And security declined to kick fans out because, quote unquote, nobody threw punches. I guess he did an interview with CBC, the Canadian Broadcast Corporation.
Well, this is Canada, obviously, not America. But
yeah, in Quebec.
Crazy. In Quebec.
Yeah. Terrible. These are things that have to get out of sports. Like, they're just heinous and terrible. And, like, you know, sadly, I feel like, I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. Mm-hmm. They keep happening because it's happening to black people. And, like, people just don't care enough because it's happening to black people. But let it be happening to another group or somebody like that, and then people are gonna start taking it serious. But like, this is just my opinion, because it happens to black people, nobody really cares. It's like, oh damn, it's bad, and then it's gonna happen again, and then we're gonna say it's bad, and there's gonna be consequences, but it ain't gonna be like enough to really make a difference. Like how we talked about the transfer.
I think there's like almost like an exhaustion with like caring about what happens to black people. In America, I think it's like, oh, like we already do this and this and this, and there's already this going on. They can't keep complaining about it, like kind of situation. But because racist acts happening to different cultures and different ethnicities in America, then it's like fresh for them, so they're down to like go behind it, like
yeah,
like. And I'm not like trying to go against other, like I'm not trying to separate
of course not.
differences. Like for example,
it's
like
all bad.
Like you know, like there's things that talk about like, you know, how Asians in America are being objectified and stuff like that. For sure. But like, I don't think that it should be, your energy should be distributed from one place to the other. And I don't think for sure that just because something has been talked about for a long time, this means it needs to like stop talking about it and you should focus on something else. No. Because if it still hasn't been, if things aren't getting better, if things are still happening, then it's like if you have a stain on the ground and then you were working on cleaning it for 10 minutes and it didn't come out, you don't just walk away and leave it there. Like, you try to figure out a way to fix it. You're going to come back and keep trying to work on it. You don't walk away and tackle something else. You got to, like, fix these things, or else we're just going to keep having occurrences happening over and over and over again. And I just really don't understand how we're in the world. There's a lot of people. We all look different. A lot of us, even from the same country, we look differently, but we can all get the same damn blood or organ transplants. We can help each other survive, and we're still doing this crap. Let alone in some stupid thing called sports. Like, I love sports. It's a big part of my life. I love watching it. But no way in hell does it ever have anything to do with separating race or religion. What the hell, dude? We're just going around entertaining. We can't just go have some fun.
You just want your team to win. Honestly, I can see fans fighting each other. Well, me and you went to the LA Galaxy Sounders game. We were trying to... fight somebody.
I'll say this. It was hot. And we were on the side of
we're trying to see who's turned up.
We were at the side of the stadium where the sun was shining in our face.
Yeah.
So I was down for a push.
We're talking shit and we're trying to see what's good.
This Galaxy fan was turning around talking to me. I was down for a push to go down. I'm down for a little ruckus. Because we're both passionate about a sport, but never was it like, oh, I don't like you because you're this and this and that.
It's never directed to people on the field. Who cares if a black dude or a Martian or a Chinese dude score the goal or make the basket or make the goal in the hockey game to win the game? I'm happy. It's not like, hey, I don't want that guy to help us win. No, I want him to help us win. And if this guy in the seat next to me is against that, then maybe we can have an issue.
Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. Real Madrid. We talked about in the past how Real Madrid, it's a great team, but let's say you compare them to like PSG or different teams. They don't have people of like as many different backgrounds as like a PSG does.
I can't rock with this, but
no, I'm saying like they're not like the most. I don't think Real Madrid is like the most diverse club ever.
I don't know what this guy's talking about.
But I've no matter what over the years or what a team has had, I've never looked at them and been like, oh, like I like Real Madrid because they have this many African players or this many Asian players, whatever. I just like Real Madrid because the club. I enjoy the club. I like watching the team. It's never been about who's there or who's not. So I just think it's really whack when people try to separate and pick
you
apart.
want them to get black players. Keep it real.
No, it doesn't. But it doesn't matter to me. They could never get a black player for the rest of my breathing life. If they win, I'm with it.
Sold out.
Sold out? As I'm wearing this shirt. They could never get a black person opportunity ever.
I'm uncomfortable now.
I really don't care. You made me do this episode.
Me and Caesar was trying to fight Galaxy fan. No, we weren't really trying to fight him, but we were talking major shit.
I was down for
We were trying to see how turned up MLS was.
I was going to see how much someone's going to ride for that shirt with that Herbalife shirt.
Like, for real.
Like, how about this are you?
Exactly. But, like, I can see fans getting it cracking, but like, to really be looking on the pitch or the ice or the court and saying racist thing to the players, like, that's ridiculous. Like, they're ultimately, like, they're there for your entertainment. Like, that's ultimately what they're there for.
It's all entertainment.
And, like, why are you going to be insulting their race or anything about their mom or whatever?
It doesn't change your living situation. It doesn't influence anybody's health or well-being or nations. It's literally just like sports and it's entertainment. It's people trying to show athletic ability and athletic accomplishment. Why the hell are you trying to get racist about this? What's the point, man?
And there's, honestly,
it's so stupid to me. It's just like you're stupid.
Honestly, I feel like even with soccer, let's go back to soccer. Like, I feel like some of those fans do that. Who was it that talked about this? I think it was Seedorf. He was saying that there's still racist behavior or like actions. I forgot the exact word he used. But, like, I don't know if they're necessarily racist, but they're doing these things sometimes, I think, to just, like, try to get those players off their game. Because, like, I don't think, like, the Lazio fans, like, when Jordan Lukaku comes on the pitch, I don't think they're mad about that, like, if he scores goals. I don't think they're going to be like, hey, we're not cheering for his goals. That'd be kind of what...
What about Zenit?
I don't know. I don't know. But
there was
I don't know. Hulk could be capping.
It was dead quiet when Hulk scored.
I never seen that before. I think you're making that up. But
it was like,
nah, I don't know about that. But
turn around.
But like they'll still do it for the opposing black players. Sometimes I think they're just doing that for that reason. But either way, like it's really bad.
I'm just not with that.
No, me neither. I would never.
Like all good, but I'm just not with like giving the behavior like an excuse.
No, I'm not giving her an excuse, but also too because times change and like things change, and I feel like there's a lot of people that's like, oh, we used to be able to say this or we used to be able to do that, but like, dude, times change, and sometimes you as an individual have to change with the times or swallow your pride because people always say, oh, you can't say these things anymore. It's so PC. I'm like, look, sometimes you got to change with the times. If you want to keep saying it, say it in private with your friends, like we all do. But like Caesar does, but like in public or whatever, like some things change with time. The times change. You got to change too.
If you're willing to accept that every couple of years you got to get a new phone, except for you're willing to accept you got to get a new car, you got to get a new house, you got to get a new life. If you can't accept that you got to change like how you speak and how you treat people, then that's your own damn problem, honestly.
You gotta grow up.
I'm okay with knowing that I can't do what I used to be able to do. That's fine for me. I don't care.
It's all good.
I still can do it in private. You can't judge me. I'm at the house.
Yeah, I mean, and that's what it is. Like, we can't go around saying certain words. Or you can't,
for sure.
Or like maybe in Italy in the 70s, you could be racist and nobody cares. But
I'm sure it was all good.
But like,
definitely.
Now you can't do that. And like, do you want the game to stay in the 70s? Like if you want the 70s game or the 80s game, just don't come anymore.
Don't come.
You don't own the club.
How about
you don't own anything here?
How about you thinking you can make some radical change, which you can't? How about you just move on and be like, it's not happening. It's okay. I'll just live on my life.
Go watch some other sport.
Go to the ESPN Classic and watch the old games.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's really lame. I'm so tired of hearing about, what we used to be able to, everybody's like this now. Relax, it's not everybody. And, like, get over yourself. Like, things change. And some of those things have changed for your benefit, too. Like, it used to be they could say all kinds of stuff on TV or live or whatever. And you would have been mad if they could still say it now.
When people, like, start talking about, like, PC culture and everything, I just tell myself this. I'm like, give me a reason why today we even deserve to be able to talk like that. Show me how behaviors and what's going on with the shootings and massacre and the violence. Why do you think that it's okay for us to even earn or we're able to, as humans, we're able to compose ourselves enough to earn that behavior back? Because clearly,
we ain't got better.
If we're assessing as like we're all children, we're misbehaving like crazy right now. So I don't think we deserve it. If it's been all good forever, if it's just been like natural, I'm like, yeah, why not? Just why can't you say something crazy? It's been
50 years.
It's been 50 years of silence. Let somebody just start cussing again.
Clearly
we can't compose ourselves. We can't handle ourselves. So we deserve it. And I'm talking about them. These people are ruining it for everybody. Yeah. So let's get mad at them for ruining it for everybody, rather than attacking people that are trying to just like keep things or kind of calm things down.
People can't discern the difference between conspiracy theories and real life.
No, they can't. And that movement of like deep YouTube is getting real like cute out here. It's getting really cute. And I remember before I thought it was funny to make fun of people watching these PowerPoints all day, but I mean clearly it's become lifestyles now.
You know, it's funny, and we're gonna hop into some game recaps after this, but
eventually,
yeah. But it's funny because I've heard all the conspiracies. I've seen it all. I heard it all. I've been around. I've seen it all. But like. But I've also seen what it does to people. Like, it makes people believe nothing's real, and they become very cynical, and they start to disregard real world things. I'm like, okay, like, you can think like all of it's like some big plan or somebody's controlling whatever, but like somebody's suffering. What are you going to do about that? Like, what are you going to do about the real world issues? Handle that and then tackle if it's we live in a hologram. Yeah. Like let's try to end hunger and homelessness. Or let's try to end the real things, or racism. Let's try to end these things instead of trying to like create some grand conspiracy. Let's end those things, and then we can deal with the lizard people after that.
Yeah. What? I just think it kind of like what makes me really angry about a lot of conspiracy stuff. Like it's fun and it's funny to like and looking at it in a comedic aspect and like how hilarious. But people that take real life energy into it, now you get
turned up
and you watch these documentaries of people going hard. I'm just like, you know what sucks is that like you're willing to quit your job, and people talked about divorcing wives and talked about what they've done in their life to go for this cause. But how come you couldn't be the person that attributed all that energy towards helping your community or helping people around you or helping people in another country?
Martin Luther King died.
Like there's people that really died, you know, trying to like fight against an oppression of people.
Yeah.
And you chose to invest all your energy, what you could have done for that. You decided to basically die for a belief that Pizza Hut satellites didn't exist. I'm like, dude, like I'd rather invest my energy towards even like up moving like my street. I'd rather go hard for my street to get better than this to some facade that this world isn't real, or there's like aliens out here doing telepathic brainwaves to our president. Like I don't need that in my life right now. And there's people really hungry and dying out here.
And the thing is, like, some of it is just kind of harmless, but some of it gets to
next level.
Some of it gets to the point where somebody goes into a mosque and just starts shooting people dead and kills 50 people.
When you're talking about political ideologies and all that, I think like you're going from conspiracy theory where it's cute, where you're talking about like all the rappers that ever were claimed to be gangsters were fake and it's created by industry. Then you start like segueing into like countries and beliefs and cultures and what people are doing in different religions secretly on Fridays. Like come on, dog. Like there's a lot. That's a lot now.
This is the last thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah, before we do game recaps.
The guy that killed those people in that mosque, he's not turned up over being a conservative or being right wing. That's not what because that's John McCain. Like, I don't think John McCain would say like, "Oh yeah, you should go shoot and kill some people." I don't think he would say that. He would say he would say bomb them in a war or something like that. But like he wouldn't say to do an act like that. Which to do with that what you will. But that guy is not turned up over his political ideology. It's because of conspiracy theories, and that ideology, which is turned up off, which gets people turned up off of conspiracy theories, is seeping into MLS. It's in Italy with Lazio supporters and maybe more. It's in Lyon with some of those ultras as well, and we have to bring these things to light so they can get stamped out of sports. We enjoy sports. and we don't want there to be violence and terrorism in sports. And that's it. Anyway, Caesar, I did watch some games this weekend. You did not. I did watch the return of Zinedine Zidane at the Bernabeu. Real Madrid versus Celta Vigo. I did watch the game.
First of all, I think it's really funny you said, but I did watch that match. Thanks, though.
This is you're
I really did. Okay, though. No, it's cool.
Okay, and I also watched PSG versus Marseille, and I got a lot to say.
No, I watched the match. By the way, I did.
Okay, whatever.
Thanks. On my favorite website, which we can talk. DM me if you want to know it. The website. Not gonna snitch. DM. We made a podcast. I'm sorry. We made a podcast. Anyway, we got Real Madrid versus Celta Vigo. Isco and Marcelo back in the starting lineup. I don't know why they were talking about Bale starting last thing. Like Bale started some games under Solari. It wasn't his first time ever. He's been starting.
He's started more than Isco.
He started some games.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, he started unfortunately.
Yeah, and Asensio, they were like, "Oh yeah, Bale's back." I'm like, he'd be starting sometimes.
He wasn't the one in purgatory.
Exactly. Okay, I wrote this before the game that Zidane is back, but this result doesn't. This result says nothing much about Zidane because Real Madrid already beat Celta Vigo 4-2 away, and Celta Vigo's in the relegation zone. They're doing terrible without Yaga Aspas.
And even if he wins 11 games in a row, that's not addressing the holes in the team.
Well, but I just meant this game.
No, for sure.
To be like, oh, yo, he's back, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no.
And I was like, if they win 11 games in a row, I'm like, that just means whatever. Like, that he has good players and he's using it. No, he's a good coach. He's utilizing his great players, but there's still massive holes that seem to need to be fixed, man.
Okay,
all right.
You didn't even watch the game.
I'm out of here.
Thank you. I'm gonna skip some of these notes. Okay, 15th minute. Bale had at the 15th minute, I put it. Bale has had one good pass. It was like a cross switch pass. I think it got to Marcelo. But he's had 4 or 5 that were intercepted. In the 18th minute, he lost the ball again. In the 19th minute, he had a good defensive play. 25th minute, I put that Real Madrid has not looked good that far. So far, they haven't looked good so far. 35th minute, I put that Real Madrid still don't look dynamic, and they're missing Vinicius Jr. on God. 41st minute. What the heck does that say?
You're horrible.
Okay. 41st minute. I put question mark. Penalty on Celta on Asensio. Is that a card? Goes to VAR. Nothing happens. It was an obvious foul. It was debatable whether it was in the box.
Before the VR.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
yeah.
What I don't know what that word says.
You're so annoying. Come on, man.
Usually I can decipher
You can decipher your hieroglyphics.
Yeah, but I don't know what that word is.
I'm telling you, this is so much chicken scratch. I don't even know what this is.
I'm trying to figure out what that word. Do you know what that word says? No.
Swaley. Should be yellow.
I put that it should be a yellow, but maybe even a red card.
What is this? Malaysia? Red card?
Maybe red card, but nothing.
You're so bad.
Anyway, nothing happened. 45th minute, there's a yellow card on Bale. I put that it could have been red because he elbowed dude in the face.
Yeah. But I don't think live that was. I don't think live.
They went to VAR.
I know, but I'm saying like live. I didn't think that was necessarily on Bale.
But what?
Yeah, live in the 45th minute when Bale did the separation move into VAR, I wasn't tripping live. Live, I wasn't tripping.
Yeah, because you couldn't see, but on VAR. But they went to VAR.
I was like, yikes.
Caesar, I'm like, that's a red card.
Because I don't think it was a red card.
Caesar, he put his arm like up, dude. Like it was a separation, but you separate your arm. He put his elbow up, and he brought the dude in the face.
I get it, but I didn't think. I thought it was more of a yellow. I don't think it was a red. I don't think it was a red. To be honest with you, I know you're down.
Okay, you know what? Okay, you know
dragon,
what?
But I think it was a yellow.
I think it can be a yellow also. Because if I saw that again, I'd be like, that's a red card.
I think a red.
This is hard, dude.
I think a red would have been a more egregious attempt, like a very malicious looking attempt. But because he
kind of disguised it
into gameplay, I'm down.
All right.
Just like Ramos got away with that one on
I remember
Salah in the final.
Oh, and he hit the goalie too.
Yeah, he got away with that. So it's like, all right, he finessed it.
He did foul that guy, and he got a yellow card for it. But he was running on the ball in his own box, which I'm thinking like it's such a wasted opportunity because you're running on this pass and you have like an easy cross. if you didn't foul this guy, you had an easy cross and it could have been a goal. But anyway, he got the yellow card. Going to the second half, 52nd minute. Bale shouldn't have gotten a second yellow. He slide tackled some dude and he fouled him. He caught him with his second leg on the dude's planted foot. I was like,
should have or shouldn't have?
No, he should have gotten a second yellow.
Should have.
Okay.
I'm here for this.
He should have got a second yellow. That ref was being so lenient. I'm like, he slide tackled and fouled somebody in the middle of the field, and I think the guy was dribbling, if I'm not mistaken. That should be a second yellow. Bale should have been off the pitch, but he got to stay. I wonder why. 56th minute goal called off of for Modric because I think it was Varane, and it was like offsides kind of when the ball came through. It took damn near 3 minutes for them to figure that out.
It's longest times ever.
So long. 60th minute, I put the Real Madrid still don't look good. 62nd minute, Isco got his goal, assisted by Benz. It started with
True 9 goal by Isco.
Yeah,
True
really.
9 goal.
It started with Modric defensive play, and then Asensio made that good run to pick out Benzema, and then Benz crossed it over to Isco with that left foot.
I was like, I wonder if Isco was going to get petty on the celebration, but he didn't. He did the brick here. I was hoping. I was like, if he was Dries Mertens, he would have done some petty.
Absolutely.
He would have like sat
he would have
on
done
the
that
bench
Memphis Depay thing. Like
he would have did the.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was a nice goal by Isco. He right after that,
True 9 goal.
He came off for Ceballos. 67th minute, I put it was a good run and shot by Bale. Didn't go in. 70th minute, I put that Real Madrid starting to play better, but I also put Celta Vigo's giving up, honestly. I've seen Celta in the past kind of give up on games. Like, them in particular.
They have Maximiliano Perez, right? Who they have is?
Maxi Gomez, the Uruguayan, yeah. Is it Maxi Gomez?
No.
I think it is.
Maxi Gomez is... It's not
Maxi Perez?
Maxi Perez.
Are you sure?
It's not Maxi Gomez. Maxi Gomez the dude that Icardi missed.
No, that's Maxi Lopez.
Yeah, it's too many Maxis.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, I know.
Is it Maximiliano Gomez?
I kind of forget, but stop dropping that Iliano, dude.
It's hard,
it's Maxi.
That's a cool name. I always like that name.
It's kind of Roman. But yeah, I put 70th minute Real Madrid starting to play better, but Celta Vigo's giving up, and I've seen them give up in the past. Like they just kind of like stop playing hard.
I definitely don't have that much Celta Vigo insight, but I'm down you do.
I just kind of remember like, damn, like they're not even playing no more for real.
Yeah. They used to have Iago Aspas, right?
He's been hurt, I guess, for like the whole season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was balling last year.
He's a baller. 76th minute, Valverde came on for Modric. Oh, what was the game? I think I saw a clip of Valverde against Ajax. I forgot, but I seen him running. I was like, that dude is fast.
Who?
Fitted Valverde.
Oh, he can move.
Like,
he did
blew my mind.
He did like Windlow, just surprised me. Like, hey man,
I was like, whoa! I tweeted about it. I was like, who knew he was that fast? Like, I seen him like running down, trying to like get onto a cross. I'm like, yo, that dude's really fast.
He got that Kovacic speed.
No, like long speed. Like Kovacic is quick.
No, because I'm saying like they both are like, oh man, you guys can move.
But like, no, like Valverde is like, I'm like, yo, that's actually like real speed. Like I seen him get down. I was like, whoa. Like usually
because he's young, it'll go.
Yeah, away. I think so too. Usually soccer players, they don't really like blow your mind with their speed very often. But I was like, well, he's getting down there really fast.
I was actually on Celta Vigo. I was hoping to watch Emery Moore play. That's what I was looking forward to.
I haven't seen him. I don't know what's up with him. 77th minute, Bale scored his goal on the right foot. It was assisted by Marcelo. It was a really good pass. He kind of messed up the control, but the ball went in anyway. In the 82nd minute, Mariano came on for Benzema, and the game ended 2-0. I put notes, a little bit of note after the game. I said Real Madrid did not look good, but got the result. Best they can get is second place, and they're not playing for much at this season, except for pride. And that's important, especially bringing in a new coach.
Did you think it was interesting they started Keylor Navas?
Well, Keylor Navas is better than Thibaut Courtois.
And like, literally, there's like, I'm not saying that. Like,
no, okay.
I'm not disagreeing. I absolutely 1,000%. I thought the Courtois signing was stupid. I'm like, that wasn't even an issue to address.
The worst thing I ever see in my life is like a hyped up transfer rumor about a goalie. I'm like, what are we doing?
Why are we even honestly? Why in this planet are we paying $90 million for goalies?
Like,
you could just get some 18-year. I'd rather have an 18-year-old that I paid $500K for go out there and just put his body in front of the goal and see what happens.
How far?
They pay $90 million. You know what I could do with a $90 million guy on the field?
I'd
rather pay $90 million for Iniesta right now at this age than get a goalie.
I just saw David De Gea against Arsenal the other week, and Granit Xhaka whipped that ball, and the ball bounced and totally wrong-footed De Gea. Like, he went right and the ball went left, and the ball just went in the back of the net, and he's standing there. And he's a good goalie. I'm not saying he's not good, but, like, they're basically pretty much all the same.
At Roma, they used to clown Chechny or whatever who plays for Szczesny, and now he's starting for Juventus. I'm like, what's even the point?
Yeah, they're basically all the same until they can't jump no more.
I've seen Ter Stegen mess up so
We've all seen it.
much.
We've seen.
And he's still considered one of the best. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
being goalie is like, all right.
Like, I think there's like a level of a goalie, but like once they're like on some level, like they're all the same.
Yeah,
like,
there's definitely not like you're gonna get better. You're just
like
this guy.
Yeah, like I think between like All Black and like whoever else, like they're all the same.
What's the cap? What's the skill difference? How much?
Yeah, no, I don't think. What's this guy's name from Milan? Donnarumma. I think that's Fugazi. I'm like, that dude. I seen that dude looking crazy out here.
Donnarumma was definitely cap.
Yeah, but like in like 2 years he'll be just as good as anybody.
Hey, you start losing a little weight, he'll be fine.
Yeah, he's young though. I feel like an older goalie's a little bit better, like at least like 25. Like you got to have somebody who's a little bit like, I don't mind dropping on my ribs a lot. Okay, I also watched the PSG versus Marseille match, big match in France.
Shout out Telly.
Balotelli did start. I randomly kind of have a lot to say about this game. I did not expect Marseille to win the game or anything. PSG destroys them. I think Marseille hasn't won this fixture since 2011 or something like that. Even though I rock with Marseille. PSG started 6 defenders. We had Thomas Meunier, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, who was playing on the back line. Kimpembe, Kurzawa, and Dani Alves, who was like playing kind of ahead of the back line, but that's still a defender.
What on earth?
PSG started 6 defenders. So I'm going to get into the game, and I do have some other things. Second minute, first shot of the match by Balotelli. It was a nice shot. It was saved. Apparently, some PSG supporters boycotted the match because of PSG going out in Champions League. Apparently, they boycotted the match.
Jeez.
Oh God, I just remember this. 6-minute Mandanda he almost accidentally kicked the ball in the back of his own net, like trying to control the ball. He almost let it like right off his foot. He almost kicked the ball in the back of the net. It was hilarious. I was like, oh dude. And it's funny because that usually when a goalie does something that bad, almost like they don't mess up again, but he end up messing up really bad later.
Oh really?
10th minute, I put that Marseille was playing better than PSG. Also, Thiago Silva has gotten French citizenship recently. He's probably like, I don't want to be raising my kids in the diaper.
Hey, what?
15th minute, Di Maria got a goal. It was a nice chip after a Paredes tackle, but it was called offside by VAR. In the 16th minute, the PSG Ultras come in and they go off. They were like going so hard. I'd be wondering if they're paying them to sing that hard. 17th minute, Thiago Silva got a yellow card. 26th minute, Kurzawa got a yellow card for yelling at the ref. I think Kurzawa's gassed off getting called up to the national team.
Did he get called up?
Yeah.
For what?
Right? I'm like, he's played like 4 games this year. I
haven't seen before this. I haven't seen him since he had them cornrows. Not even braids, they're cornrows.
Yeah, I remember when Neymar came. I thought he was like thinking he was going to be Neymar's best friends. Like, didn't work out.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
he did take a picture of me at the beach though.
Yeah, that's
with
true.
Me. He took a picture with me.
Yeah, exactly. Like he took a picture with you.
Yeah, him and Serge Aurier. So don't ever say I haven't been around.
Yeah, you feel me? 29th minute. Whatever.
I'm just like imagining myself that we watched these guys at Champions League, and then I also was standing next to Jonathan Icone, and the goalie. What was the goalie's name? Who's the
Kevin Trapp?
Areola hanging out by a swing talking like next to me. I'm like, this is like they're literally just whatever in America.
Yeah,
they're just at the beach by themselves. And like the only guy around them was some fanboy French dude.
Yeah,
telling me that they're the future. Like,
they're like wishing. Well, I guess he was right. They won the World Cup. Yeah. Well, not those guys, but I wonder. They're probably like, damn, nobody knows who we are. Like
Aurier and because I were walking up the pier, not a soul knew who they were. Like they did just like regular LA dudes. Yeah. Like when I saw them on the phone, like that's a lot of French on that phone. Speaking a lot of French on that phone right now.
Yeah, no English.
No.
I seen Kurzawa speak English one time. It was so funny. I was like, oh baby. 31st minute, Dani Alves came on. Colin Dagba came on for Dani Alves. I guess he got hurt. 33rd minute, Meunier got hurt. I think both of them have a knee issue. Oh, and apparently Dani Alves signed a contract extension. Oh my God!
Why on earth?
I think I saw that earlier.
Why
I think
is
I
that
saw
necessary?
that. It blew my mind.
It's probably that contract term is probably in Neymar's contract terms.
Facts.
Like I stay, but you got to bring Dani Alves back every year I'm here.
Exactly. 37th minute, Thilo Kehrer came on for Thomas Meunier. Tuchel is stuck on the 6th defender tactic. 35th minute, there's a foul by Colin Dagba that almost led to a fight. The game was kind of chippy. 39th minute, Di Maria got a yellow card for yelling at the ref. 46th minute in the first half, Mbappe got the goal off a counterattack assisted by Di Maria. Mbappe, okay, this is what I put after the goal, and I didn't put this after I seen all the people online talking about like Mbappe's celebration was at the Ultras. I put Mbappe's feeling himself. Like, he's feeling himself. And I feel like him playing like kind of in that center forward role is more about keeping him at PSG so like he can score the goals. Yeah. Like, I feel like it's more about that because because obviously that's not his real position, but I feel like they're just kind of keeping him there like in that role because he's like because he can score the goals there.
Yeah.
But he's definitely feeling himself. Like, they're starting to get build up a little bit. I'm like, that kind of like shy kid, that's kind of going away a little bit. Like, this dude's feeling himself a little bit. We'll see what happens with it because I'm kind of interested.
I hate this celebration.
Yeah, it's weak. Second half, 46th minute, Jermaine Dupri scored a goal. What's his first name?
Jermaine Dupri.
Paris Saint-Germain Dupri.
Saint-Germain Dupri. Whenever he just comes in, he scores goals, man. He's just a goal scorer.
Apparently he hasn't scored that many goals this season.
I don't care. That's a guy who I'd love to have as a striker coach.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
because he knows position.
Yeah. Is it Lucas Ocampos, the midfielder for...
Ocampos.
Yeah. Baller.
Balotelli's best friend.
He megged Kehrer on the cross. Like, it kind of still touched Kerrer's leg, but he did get megged though. And then Jermaine put a nice left foot shot in.
What do you think Kehrer be thinking? Like,
he's like, why me?
Like, what do you think Kehrer be like? Man, like, I miss Bundesliga so much.
Feel me?
I miss playing against FC Mainz and going against I don't know these teams, Darmstadt or something.
I know that I really hope somebody's put together a compilation on YouTube of like Kehrer's mistakes because like there's a decent amount, dude. But yeah, so the game is tied 1-1 at this point. Oh, I also put, that little dude, Maxime Lopez on Marseille, the little child-looking one?
Yeah, the one that looks like he's been 14 for 14 years.
He's the Andy Milanakis of football.
He never gets old.
Maxime Lopez is the
Andy
Andy
Milanakis of
football.
I see Maxime Lopez 4 years ago on FIFA, and I was like, they allowed to have children called up? And then I'm like, 4 years ago, I saw him at a game, like, I was watching one of the Marseille games, Balotelli's debut, and I was like, he looks the same.
Clean and
he still has acne.
Clean and dope like heroin soap. He's the Andy Milanakis of football.
Is he all right?
He's okay. 55th minute, Di Maria scored a goal. 57th minute, a Verratti foul turns into drama. Balotelli and Paredes were getting into it. But ended up being yellow cards on Ocampos and Kimpembe. I put the game as turnt and aggressive. 61st minute, oh man, Steve Mandanda, dog, you're old, bruh. It's over.
I love his first name.
Steve.
She's cute.
He got a red card. He came way outside the box. I was like, oh, come on, man.
Don't do this right now.
He came way outside the box on like a long ball. And I'm like, dog, you should have just stayed. Like, he might not have gotten the ball on frame. He came out trying to block it. He used his arm way outside the box. Straight red. You're out of there. And it sucked because it went to VAR, but it sucked because Balotelli got sacrificed for on the switch. Some dude named Pele, their other goalie, came in.
Oh.
60. Okay, so that red card happened. It's like a decent ways outside the box. Off the free kick, Di Maria scored. Off the free kick, it was a really nice free kick. Yeah,
like the red card even leads to a goal.
Yeah, it leads to a goal.
Jeez, that's a double whammy. You lost a player and you got a goal give up.
Yeah, really bad.
Man, that's not a good day.
77. So the goal. The score is 3-1 at this point. Who is this?
I really like Marseille's jerseys.
I like Marseille.
They have nice outfits.
Okay, so anyway, in the 93rd minute, there's a penalty on Sakai on Mbappe. Mbappe and Di Maria, there's a little discussion over who's going to take the penalty. Di Maria's sitting on a hat trick. He wants to take the penalty. Mbappe's only scored one goal, I guess. He wants to take the penalty, and he won the penalty, and he wants to take it. You can see Di Maria kind of like, come on, man, like, come on, I'm sitting on a hat trick. Mbappe's like, nah, bruh. Like, he takes the penalty, and it is saved.
You know what's great? I get what you're saying now when you do the recaps and you're done listening. I didn't get to watch this game, so I'm having a great time listening to this story.
Yeah.
It's like I'm listening to a story.
Yeah, that's how I feel when you do it.
Story mode.
Yeah, and honestly, like, you can see they're not jostling. It's not like, aggressive.
Yeah.
It was
It's just like you're pleading the case a little bit.
Yeah, it was
a discussion.
It was less tense between Cavani and Neymar, I think, because both of them are more intense. Players.
More intense.
Yeah, no. This one with Di Maria and Mbappe was a little less intense.
Okay.
Mbappe and Neymar was more intense because I think they're both more intense players.
Okay.
And it was a really frustrating game. That Lyon versus PSG match was a really frustrating game. But this one was kind of like Di Maria sitting on a hat trick, and he was balling. Like, both his goals were gangster.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, both his goals were gangster.
Di Maria had a good year.
Yeah, he is. Well, it don't matter. They're not going nowhere. But and he assisted Mbappe's goal. So, like a hat trick and an assist, that's a great game, like, especially against Marseille. But Mbappe's like, yo, I'm playing 9 now. Out of here, dog. Like, I'm taking this penalty. I only got one goal.
I got some award.
I want this brace
for being young and good.
Yeah, I got
a tree branch award.
Yeah,
Move.
I won the penalty. I want this. And that dude, some goalie, the backup goalie of Marseille, Pele, saved that bad boy, and that was the last kick of the game. Game ended 3-1. So yeah, mostly I'm like, let's see what goes on with Mbappe here, because he looks kind of gassed. He looks kind of gassed up.
Do you think he got some sauce in him? He is young.
He's young, and I think he's feeling himself a little bit. I'm like, is he feeling himself? Because like
he is kind of portrayed as like the super humble young phenom.
Yeah,
and it's kind of it is an interesting phase to watch. I mean, one thing I do enjoy is watching young soccer players that are coming up and becoming successful and becoming really good. Is seeing kind of their phases of their development. I mean, to be honest with you, like I said, like one of the things I was talking about is didn't like Bleep at all when I was younger, just because he was. I'm gonna fight you. I'm gonna fight you on a show right now. I'm going to break your phone. I'm going to break your phone.
Okay, chill.
I don't care we're on camera.
I'll go Bleep.
I don't care. Bleep used to suck, and he was annoying, and I liked him when he started maturing and becoming older.
Yeah.
When he moved over to Real.
I don't know if it's going to be a bad thing if he's feeling himself. I don't know. But it could be. You never know. Caesar, can you chill? It was blurry. Can you chill? As many times you did that, this dude come late. This dude tell me
why you
because you're trying to be mad. Because you're trying to be mad when I'm the one that should be mad. You know what Caesar said to everybody? He said for every minute he is late after 4, I could punch him. So it's 22. But I'm gonna let him ride, of course. I'm gonna let him ride, of course. Okay. Anyway, Caesar, let's talk real quick. We got the really important. Can you chill? I'm not gonna look to see if the picture came out. I'm not gonna look. Stupid. We have the Champions League quarterfinal draw.
Talk about this. I forgot. We haven't.
We haven't. Had
but it literally came out.
Yeah, like right after
the day,
exactly.
That day of.
Caesar, we got. Okay. Before let me go ahead and just say the matchups. You can say who you think's going to win if you're excited about it. We got Tottenham versus Man City.
I'm not excited about it, but I mean, I know who's going to win.
Who?
That's Man City.
All right, we'll see. I mean, we thought that about Liverpool. Liverpool showed them the dough.
That's true.
Last year. We got Liverpool versus Porto.
Liverpool.
Okay. This guy. We got Ajax versus versus Bleep of Torino.
I got Ajax.
Ooh, really? For
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. We got Man U versus Barcelona.
Man U, Barcelona. Oh, I got Barcelona.
Okay. Tottenham.
Messi's amazing. He's so good.
Although that chip goal thing that they did.
Come on, dog.
Although that chip goal that they're talking about, Dries Mertens got a way better one against Ho Hart. When Ho Hart was at Torino, look up
and
Dries.
Falcao's a better chip goal too.
But this one was kind of from the side, so it's a little bit more swaggier. Look up Dries Merton chip goal against Ho Hart when Ho Hart spent that
nasty.
season.
It was nasty.
That one was way better than Messi.
That's actually one of the best I've ever seen. That's not fair.
That's one of the best goals I've ever seen.
Exploded about that.
I was like, that one was way better than Messi's. Trust me.
You like literally can't teach that. That's like that's something you just have in you.
And Ho Hart actually has a name. Like he's like some like back then anyway. Yeah. He was like, wow, and like nobody knows who.
I'm so different to be a LA Galaxy goalie.
Nobody knows who Betis goalie is. Okay, so wait, Tottenham. I mean, do you know who he is? I don't know who he is. Tottenham versus Man City. I got City. Liverpool versus Porto. I got Liverpool. I think they beat them last year too, or something like that. Ajax versus Bleep of Torino. I have Bleep of Torino.
I got Ajax.
Okay. I mean, whatever. And Man U versus Barcelona. I got Barcelona. Okay, Caesar, do we got to show EPL some love, dude? We got 4 EPL teams in these quarterfinals.
No. As much as we say that, I'm impressed. Good job. For real.
We got 1 Spanish team, 1 Italian team, 1 Portuguese team, and 4 EPL teams.
It's been rough lately. Look at them now.
But what will it say if an EPL team doesn't win it?
What are we going to say?
No, what will it mean? Because honestly, at this point, I feel like, honestly,
this is kind of EPL's year to go for.
You got 4 teams in quarterfinals.
But also props,
you're guaranteed a team in the semifinals.
And to give props, if an EPL team doesn't make it to the final, that's back-to-back years in the final.
I think
that's impressive because Liverpool was there last year.
Yeah, I think honestly the best team I've seen this season is Man City.
Man City,
but that was also the case last season, and they didn't make it to the final.
But I think this year's. I think it was actually. What they went through might have helped Man City last year.
I agree with that.
I think they learned a lesson.
So EPL is guaranteed a team in the semifinals. Just guaranteed. Crazy. So props to EPL. They're going hard. And
we get to watch a battle of the master tacticians.
Who?
Pochettino and Guardiola.
It just blows my mind.
Let's go back to Messi's really good.
Yes, he is. Yes, we've given him his part. We did Caesar, we did a whole episode. Let's show Messi some love.
We did, and I committed to giving him love instead of hating.
Yeah, exactly.
And it hurt.
We went the whole whole first part of the episode showing Messi love. Also, we have Europa League quarterfinal draw. Stop. It's actually kind of. Actually, I wanted to go back to the quarterfinals from last season. Actually. Because we have 4 EPL teams this year. So last year the quarterfinals were who did we have? Sevilla versus Bayern, both out.
That was a baller game.
Sevilla is in Europa League this year. We had Juve because they weren't bleeped last year. Juve versus Real Madrid, and we had Liverpool City, and we had Barcelona versus Roma. So that was the quarterfinals last year. It was a little bit more exciting than the ones this year. I was not too excited.
This year's kind of rough. Porto and Ajax is kind of rough.
Yeah, but like Porto, Liverpool, like even City versus Tottenham, like Porto, Liverpool.
Like,
I'm like, I don't really want to watch that.
No.
The Europa League quarterfinals are kind of dope, actually. We got Arsenal versus Napoli.
Okay.
I like that.
I mean, Arsenal's going to eat through them. I've seen Napoli enough this year to know the whole year.
But you never know.
I mean, it's over.
We got...
Team was terrible.
Well, there's only 2 ones that are pretty gangster, but the other one was Chelsea versus Slavia Prague.
Ooh. You told me the match was pretty good. Chelsea
there's another one.
Slavia
I'm not saying
Prague?
that one's not a good one. Benfica versus Eintracht Frankfurt, who did win the Pokal Cup last year against Bayern.
That's gross to watch.
But then the other gangster one is Villarreal versus Valencia, which I think sucks because Spain's not going to have a team.
What is Villarreal versus Valencia?
Yeah, that's another quarterfinal. That's a gangster one too, I think.
You definitely capped heavy about the match.
There's 2 of them that are good.
I'm going to have to call you out on that cap because the other ones are way better than this right now.
Okay, which tie are you the most excited for in the Champions League quarterfinals?
The one I'm most excited for?
Because we got City, Tottenham, Liverpool, Porto, Ajax.
I am actually really interested to see.
You want to see Ajax Juve?
I do want to see Ajax Juve, but like I'm really intrigued by Ajax. I'm genuinely intrigued by them.
That's because we played with them on FIFA for a while.
Yes, we are. And I do want to see if they roll out Duckman, see if he comes and gets in the match. And not just that, I am kind of intrigued to see Man U versus Barcelona because I do want to see Pogba being back in that lineup and see how that kind of affects everything and see how he does against Barcelona. Pogba is that guy, and I like seeing him against better teams. It's kind of exciting to see like how he plays and how the team composes itself. And I think the other matchup is not bad either. Tottenham Man City's an interesting matchup too. That's actually an interesting team matchup going on. I just want to know what side are they going to cap for harder in commentary?
Tottenham, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to go to Pochettino has all. Like, is he owned by like CAA or something like that?
He's like, it's really weird about him.
Is it? No, what's it called now? Endeavor? Is Endeavor? I think they're called Endeavor now. Does Endeavor sponsor him? Is that why everybody backs him on the commentary all the time?
What's this guy talking about?
CAA, the agency.
I don't know.
Get with it. Conspiracy theory.
Can they back us? Hell.
Please, Endeavor.
Okay, Caesar, you were going hard about Bleep maybe getting fined for this celebration.
I just think that if the situation stands...
Did you hear he got banned a game?
You're lying to me.
I'm joking.
I was about to explode. No, because if the Simeone, he did the two-handed crotch grab, he didn't get nothing but a $20,000 fine, okay? A Bleep better get no more than 20. He shouldn't even get more than 20,000. I don't care what his financial situation is. It shouldn't be more than that. Like, there's no way. Like, you can't even ban him for a game for that. There's no way.
Yeah.
And if you do, I got questions, and I think it has to do with
the facts.
Like, I'm sorry, it has to do with the location of the island he was born in, relative to Africa.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be a game ban or not.
I'd have been really mad if it was February.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, you did take away his African status, though. You did.
I did because of what he did is disgusting.
Well, allegedly did. Damn. Okay.
Still waiting. Are you going to get somebody to call 12 or what?
Call him right now. Okay.
On air.
Also, Caesar, I don't know if you knew this, but the Euro qualifiers, the 2020 Euro qualifiers, are starting Thursday.
Okay. Wait. Okay, relax a little bit. The Euro qualifier starting Thursday.
Yes.
That is the longest damn qualifier I've ever seen. And there's still going to be games against like Sicily versus like nobody. They have the longest. And I look at those groups. I'm like, how are we even allowing some of these countries to be in? Just to be in the damn tournament? It's ridiculous.
Well, they're qualifying for the Euro tournament of 2020.
Oh man. Can't wait to keep up with that.
And they're starting Thursday, and I'm really salty because Lacazette did not get called up for these two games.
Oh, come on, what?
Blows my mind.
You don't call up Kurzawa, but you don't call up Lacazette?
They called up Giroud. They called up Martial, who's been hurt for
Why did you call up Giroud? Why did you call up Giroud?
They didn't.
Why? No. Give me a reason why you called up Giroud. Other than what has Giroud done this year?
I have no idea.
He's literally playing with the Chelsea under-23 squad.
Lacazette in this season, 38 appearances, 14 goals, 11 assists.
Come on, dog! That's a great year. That's a great year. It's a double-double.
And he's playing with another center forward.
His team is advancing. What's Chelsea doing? They're chilling at the crib.
And he's playing with another center forward.
Oh, wait, no. They're playing against Spartak Bologna, Snogin.
Yeah, they're playing against another... And he has another center forward on his team, and he's still putting up
He's doing a double-double with another...
I'm sure he's leading the team in assists.
But I'm going to text him. What's going on here?
Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous for Deschamps.
I'm hitting him up on WhatsApp.
Yeah. But anyway...
also, that WhatsApp from Patrice Evra was a cap.
Oh, that video he did?
Capping.
The apology, you mean?
The screenshot of the text between him and Bleep.
Oh.
Cap.
Well, did you hear about his, he was like going off after the PSG game, and I guess he was saying some homophobic slurs, allegedly. And so he put out an apology video today, because I guess PSG was kind of like, because he was like, from what I heard, from what I read, Patrice Evra was like calling PSG players, whatever, the equivalent of like the F word homophobic slur in French. And he was kind of going off and like going super hard, but I guess like some of the French media was talking about it, and I guess PSG was like, yo, like we want to like pursue something about that. He put out an apology video today.
Was it awkward and like smiling, laughing?
I was just like, please don't ever think that you're untouchable. You got a little wake up call, because you went on that video hyped up thinking that you're above scrutiny. But you got that wake-up call, bro.
He's really insufferable. I can't handle him.
Okay, first of all, that's a great way to put it, and I'm uncomfortable using that word right now. Insufferable. Now we got to go. We Made It Podcast, episode 99. Oh, I'm so over it. I don't want to do this. How are you going to be episode 99?
We're about to hit
so
Hundo.
Whack.
You guys, next episode is episode 1 Hundo.
That's really crazy.
That's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, even
900 more to go till I retire.
What?
Yeah, I'm retiring at 1K. No way I'm going 1K.
1,000? I'm retiring way before that.
No, you're not.
Okay. We Made It Podcast.com. We Made It Podcast on all social media. hit us up, holler at us. Yeah.